Hey, good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How the heck are you guys doing? Sorry I'm a little late getting going today. I got sick kids. It's been a long morning. Joe woke up this morning and was throwing up. Yuck. Good morning. Hello, hello. We're gonna talk about. Good morning, TK Crow. Look at that. That wrench looks good on ya. Marky Mark. TK Crow. Good morning, kind sir. Hope you're doing well, my friend. So I guess for those that are probably not in Austin or around Austin, this is probably not gonna mean much of anything, but the point in time count. You guys have heard me talk about the PIT, the point in time count, before. And basically, the point in time count is it's the way. So, all across the country, every area, every county has their own way of counting the homeless in their county. And Echo is the group that does the point in time count here. Now, they do it very stupidly. They do it incredibly stupid. They think that they can send out a couple of hundred volunteers out onto the street and they think that they are going to be able to count all of the homeless in one night. That's what they try to do. They try to count the homeless folks in one night, and it's stupid, to be quite honest. I don't know why they do it. So the numbers are out. We've got the numbers. And it's stupid. Hang on, let me pull up. One sec. There's let's see, the data supplement. I need the PDF. That's what I need, is the PDF. So, one sec. So they took, okay, here's the numbers. So they count them in two different ways. They have a unsheltered and then they have a sheltered, right? That's how they do it. They have unsheltered and then sheltered. That was the FedEx guy, if you can believe that. That truck, that sounded like a race car, but it was a FedEx guy. They put them in two different groups, unsheltered and sheltered. So for the unsheltered, that's the people that I deal with on a daily basis in the camps. They say there is 1,500 people on the street right now. Does that sound a little off to you guys? 1,500 people? Even though they only were able to talk to 561 people. That's all they were able to talk to that night. The night they did the pit count. They talked to 561 people. But they are guesstimating that there's 1,016 that they did not get to talk to. So that's what they're making official decisions over. They're making official decisions over this observation. And by using these numbers, then they can go back and say, hey, we're doing a great job. We're curbing homelessness. Man, the numbers are so much better than what they were in 2003, which was the last point in time count. Let's see, 2025. Hang on, let me get to the 2023 numbers. What is everybody up to today? Sheltered, unsheltered. Hang on. Change over time. That's what I'm looking for. Did we lose the stream, or are we still good to go? So 345. So, hang on. What in the heck am I looking at here? Male, unknown. Okay. Age group. Under 18. Okay. Are we still here? Did I lose you guys? I hope I didn't lose you guys. I don't see any chat anymore. But my numbers are stable. I can't tell if I'm here or not. Somebody let me know if we're still on. I have the chat in front of me and over here, but I can't. We ran out of things to say. Well, there's not much to say on this except that the government's lying to you. How about that? Can we start talking about the government lying to you? How about that, GA? The government's lying to you. How about that? They say homelessness is down. Hang on, veteran status. I'm looking for the total count from year over year. Yeah, what the heck is going on with, I've been listening to these people this morning talking about, man, a lot of people are dumping on him online right now. What's happening with that? Like, there's a lot of people talking a lot of poo-poo. Even people on the right that would normally support him, they're just talking mad shit. What the heck is up with that? He's taking a lot of heat right now. For some reason or another. Especially this new lady that he has, that he is nominated as the new, I guess, Surgeon General. Hang on, let me see what her name is. Her name is... shoot. I don't want a Fox live stream. The new Surgeon General... Sorry, it's loud out here. I'm sorry. We got the trash man out here. Okay. Yeah, something about this new Surgeon General, that she's not even a doctor, but that he's put her forward as the Attorney General, or the Surgeon General. I didn't think you could be a Surgeon General unless you were a doctor. Guess that sound. Can you hear it? Yep. Anyway. Yeah, Trump's got a lot of people up his butt right now, and I don't understand what's happening. You get like... Y'all know who Laura Loomer is, right? Y'all know who Laura Loomer is? Laura Loomer is like hammering him right now, and I don't understand it. I don't understand what's happening. I don't know why it's happening. Pam Bondi is the AG. I'm talking more about the Surgeon General. Brandon, what's up? Yes, hopefully. No, they don't pick up the... They wouldn't do that. Did you guys see we have a new pope? The pope has been picked. Who's going to be the new pope? There are popes. There is a new pope. What the heck, man? Anyway, so look, here's what I was wanting to get at during this whole thing was that the way, so right now the Homeless Strategy Division in Austin is demanding another $100 million to deal with homelessness. And they're pointing at the fact that homelessness is going down. They're pointing at the fact that homelessness is going down, that they are doing a good job. And the numbers are whacked out. I am on the streets every day. I'm in the camps. I talk to the guys. Y'all have no clue how many people that are on the streets in Travis County, not just Austin, but Travis County. And they say that the number is going down, and it's not. It's not going down. I see new faces. I mean, I don't know exactly how many people are out there, but I can tell you from my experience, there's thousands of them. And that's unsheltered, meaning they're on the street, they're whatever, they're in cars, they're in the camps. And then this city wants to spend another $100 million. They are demanding $100 million more than what they've already been given, than the $500 million they've been given. We got a couple of homeless here. Yeah, y'all don't have too much up there, but boy, it's bad down here, man. One we call the trash can raincoat guy. They want an extra $100 million to do what? To fund the NGOs, these nonprofits that do not do anything, that they can't. I mean, look, last week when I ran into that girl, that young lady that we got her into shelter, and I actually saw firsthand just how hard it was to work with the system, right? Just how hard it is to work with this system. Not one nonprofit, the city of Austin, none of them. You could not get a hold of anybody. I called 311, which is how you're supposed to start to get in the system. 311. Okay, and my wife is on here right now. She heard me dealing with this that afternoon. Call after call after call to nonprofit, to the churches, to the city, and there was no way. There was nobody to give us any help. But yet they want another $100 million to keep doing this stuff. So my question is if one of you guys ended up on the street and you needed help, where do you go to get that help? Where do you even begin? You know, I work in this space every day and have been for the last year, and I can't even get any help. And I know people on the inside. What is an average person supposed to do when they legit need help? Exactly, their pocket yeah, and they're you know, I just it blows my mind how much money is being spent, and you cannot see any form of you can't. I mean, where's it going? Bill, you can call me, sir, anytime. But honest to God, where's the money going? Where is the money going? It's going into these nonprofits, and they are, I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what they're doing. You know, the only group, the only nonprofit in this city that I ever see out on the streets is the Other Ones Foundation. Yes, yeah, that's who I'm talking about. Now, we were sitting out here, you know, trying to figure that out last week. 200,000, yeah, they're getting tons of money, but the Other Ones Foundation, they actually they go into the homeless camps and they clean. They're out there pretty much every day, and what they do is they take homeless people from the camps, and they pay them an hourly wage to go out and work every day picking up crap and picking up stuff. That's what they do. So not only are they trying to help get people off the street, but they're actually giving these people a wage. They're giving them a way to make money, and they're giving them a way to make money. At the same time, they're helping clean these camps up, and they do a ton of cleaning. They clean a ton, and pretty much, yeah, GA, that's exactly what it is. Pretty much drug and alcohol money for sure. But yeah, man, last week really opened my eyes to just how stupid this whole thing is. Just how stupid the whole thing is. And I feel bad for people that legit get into tough spaces. You know, they have some kind of a medical issue and they lose their job. I saw on YouTube, not yours, they don't like to be called homeless. They wish to be called houseless. That term kind of gives a different... Well, you know, the thing is, I mean, what's the difference? Homeless, houseless? I mean, it's just I think the only reason that people don't want to be called homeless is because the word homeless has a negative connotation. It like when you think of homeless, you think of like these camps that I put out videos about, and so they don't want to be associated with that. But I mean, the two words are basically the same, Yeah, Bill, I hear you. But they say that we're all within one tragedy or one whatever of being homeless, and I believe that. I can understand how that's true, especially after my wife ended up in the hospital. We're all one. We're all really close, or most of us are. And if that were to ever happen to you or your family, and your tax dollars that you've been paying are going towards a solution to help people that really need the help, and you can't find it, you can't even talk to anybody. Like, I spent hours on the phone just trying to talk to somebody, and it was impossible. Integral Care, Echo, City of Austin, I mean, even the churches, just trying to talk to somebody. Good luck getting a hold of anybody at Sunrise, the Homeless Navigation Center. I mean, it's wild, man. And I don't know what they're doing. They're lining their pockets, and I wonder how they provide verification of where that money goes when they... So that's just it. They don't. We have been asking for an audit of this whole thing for quite some time now. We've been asking for an audit of the system, and they say that the system is too big to audit. There is no way to know where that money's going. There is no way to determine the programs that money is funding, how successful those programs are. It's the same thing as what happened out in California when they did go out and audit. They found that it was just a black hole of money. So, and from what I understand, the laws are like this. It's an 80-20 split for a nonprofit. 80% for like staff, and like for costs and that kind of stuff, and 20% goes to whatever you're trying to help. That's from my understanding. I don't know how true that is, but from what I'm understanding, it is an 80-20 split. 80% goes to the nonprofit, 20% goes to whatever issue that you're trying to help. And who knows if that's actually happening, because there is no way to audit it. There is no way to find out if that's even happening. So I don't know what. There is not going to be any audit. I can tell you that. There's not going to be any audit. So hang on a sec. I gotta be able to. Yeah, they did in the last couple of days, and that's what's crazy is because a lot of these creeks that got washed out, those creeks had a bunch of homeless around them. They need accreditation. There is nothing like that. So from what I understand, there is kind of, I guess you would call it, an accreditation. But it is more of like, you got to go through like the City of Austin. They verify certain things to make sure that you're able to do the work. Work for the county, or receive dollars from the state for certain programs, and we're coaching how to notate our time to... Yeah, exactly. Justifying funding. And you know what? They're doing the same thing in these nonprofits. They're doing the exact same thing in the nonprofits. Here, ours is a bit more accountable now. All calls for service must go through 311. See, Christine, that is the thing. That's the way it is here too now, right? And guess what happened when I called 311? That day when I was trying to find that young lady some help, I called 311 6 times. Guess what happened? Each time, they transferred me to another department, and I got a voicemail every single time. They didn't care. They didn't open a call. They didn't tell me what I could do. They was like, oh, well, you need to go and talk to this person. And then they give me a phone number and then transfer me. And it went to a voicemail, and then that was it. Quick math. 100 million divided by 7,000. Exactly. There you go. Well, and that's just Bill. That's just the extra funding that they want. They have already been given $500 million. They've already been given $500 million. So, add that up there. So, they want an extra $100 million. They've already been given $500 million. Yeah, please hold. It's exactly it. That's sad, Jim. Should have given it to the police. They should have. I mean, the public safety budget here in Austin is being slashed again, but they won't talk about that. I've been trying to talk about it as much as I can talk about it. Each department, we have EMS, fire, and police. They're supposed to be shedding, I forget how much money off of their budgets just to make the budget for this year. Let's see. Why am I not? Okay, there it goes. Yes, Mark's grandson is due today. Yeah, Hawaii. I've heard Hawaii's got a bad problem with ice, with crystal meth. I don't know if that's true or not, but I heard Hawaii has a huge issue about crystal meth. It's sad too. Yeah, an extra $100 million to go right down the drain. Ain't that nice? Yeah, exactly, Bill. Exactly. $85,714.29. Good Lord, man. What are they doing with all of this money? And they say that there are 1,577 homeless people in the camps in Austin right now. $85,714. Nonprofits do not care about housing. No, they don't. Yeah, it's the that's what I call it, the Austin Homeless Camp Maid Service. So let's look into the numbers a little bit deeper. So this is what they say for this year. You have 651 people that slept on the street or a sidewalk. 308 people have slept in the woods or an outdoor camp. 186 people are sleeping in vehicles. Have 133 people sleeping under bridges or overpasses. 97 are sleeping in the parks. 49 people sleep in an abandoned building, which another one of those burned this morning. And 35 people sleep in a bus, train station, or an airport. How do you like that? It's so stupid. Cold weather shelters. Hang on. CA. What is CA? So when it comes to the shelters that the city of Austin provides, the vast majority of the people that were actually talked to preferred not to go to a shelter that's ran by the city. They do not want to be in the shelters, and I've been trying to tell people this. You can go out and close these camps down all you want. You can close them down, you can shut them down, you can clean them out, but within a month it's going to be right back, because these people do not want to go to a shelter. They don't want to be in a shelter. They don't want to go to a shelter. They want nothing to do with the shelter. They want to be in the parks, in the camps where they can do their drugs, they can drink and do whatever they want. They want nothing to do with shelter. The vast majority of these people out here on the street right now are exactly where they want to be. They're where they want to be. They need permanent, immediate access to housing. Well, that's just it. And it's not possible. So oversight for I agree that there needs to be more, but there's got to be a jumping off point for the drugs and alcohol, because the drugs and alcohol is the biggest problem out here that's keeping people on the street. It's drugs, it's alcohol, and to a lesser extent it's mental health issues. There's got to be a jumping off point to get people, to get them cleaned up. If you cannot get these people cleaned up and get them off of the drugs, they're never, you can give them a house today, but they'll be right back out on the street. They'll never be self-sufficient. You will be taking care of them and paying for them forever. And it's not possible. It's not possible. It's not possible. 1,307 citations have been issued under the camping ban since 2021. 259 of those have been, 20% of the camping ban citations have been dismissed, and 105 people have been convicted. There are too many rules and regulations, and these people have become, exactly, pretty much, yeah. You know, they're where they want to be. That's pretty much what it is. They're where they want to be, and I don't think there's any changing that, unless you get them off the drugs. It's sad. I think the tables have turned. It's mostly drugs. I didn't see many people drinking anymore. Yeah, it's the drugs, Jim. It's drugs for sure. The monkey, when given a choice, picketh the cocaine. Yeah, exactly. I get it, man. I have my own issues, GA. I have my own issues. I had my own issues with alcohol and drugs. But at a certain, you know why? You know, there's a reason that you don't see old junkies. You don't see old junkies around, really. I mean, every once in a while you will, but most of the time you do not see old junkies. And that's because they never go the distance. They either kill themselves or they clean up. They either kill themselves or they clean up. And that's another thing about who can blame them. If I were homeless, I'd want to be numb. Yeah, I mean, I get it. A lot of people become addicts to deal with the streets. Now, what's interesting is when we get down into race. That's what's interesting. So, and I don't know if I necessarily agree with this, because people that I come into contact with, it's white people, black people, Hispanic. That's usually the way it goes. White, black, Hispanic. The black folks are usually in downtown. The white folks are out in the camps on the outskirts of towns, and that's pretty much how it is. But according to their data, there are vastly more black people on the street than there are white people, and I don't know if I believe that, to be quite honest. Let's see. Hispanic. I just don't know if I believe that, because I see a lot of more white people. Unknown. So that is white people. So the number of black folks that are on the street has jumped by 20%. See, I don't know if any of this makes any sense or not. I don't understand. Sorry, I'm looking at the data still. I don't know if I understand this completely. Yeah, there's a neighbor down there. How did you hear that? Man, I could barely hear that. Is that microphone that good? Seriously? Okay, over. Can you really hear that? That gum, man. I can barely hear it. Yes, you get a cookie. You get a cookie. When that rooster starts, it's like it's in my backyard. Yeah, we have chickens back here in the back. I'm surprised they haven't wandered up here yet. Usually they'll wander up here in the front yard, and now we have a bunch of cats around here because my wife has decided that she wants to feed the cats, the outside cats. So we have a ton of cats around here now too. Mississippi, Kansas, and Indiana have less homeless in America. I believe that Mississippi, I don't see a whole lot of black folks. VSE, what's up? I don't see a whole lot of black folks on the street. I just don't see it. I just don't see it. They eat a ton of ticks. Good. Maybe they'll eat the mosquitoes. I'm getting eaten up by mosquitoes. And I'm not kidding you. I'm getting eaten up by mosquitoes. So when I come out here to think, I've started whittling. Check this out. I whittled a stick. This stick was really big when I started on it. This stick was huge when I started on it. Now it's small. Check it out. Anyway. TK says, I've seen some of 6 when I've been out and about. Yeah, usually when the African Americans are in downtown. I very rarely see any African American people in the camps. Very, very seldom. Wait, did they announce who the new pope is? Hang on. Did they announce who the new pope is? Wait. Who is it? I don't see it. Yeah, but, I mean, I know they announced that they had a pope, but I don't think they have announced his name yet, have they? Oh, yes, Robert Prevost? How do you say that? Oh my God, we've got an American pope? Jesus. We've got an American pope, huh? Let's see who he is. Hang on. MAGA. Is he MAGA? Is he really? Well, there's his picture. He's 69 years old. Robert Francis is an American Catholic who's been head of the Catholic Church, Sovereign Vatican City State since he served as the prefect of the... Let's see. Holy cow. Pope Leo the... What is XIV? What is XIV? He's Pope Leo XIV. I don't know what XIV is. Okay, Leo the 14th. Hang on. Okay, overall, he's considered a centrist, but on many social issues, he's seen as a progressive, embracing marginalized groups. Not again. Not again. I know, TK's like, oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah, there's also this one guy that has been saying that the last pope, this guy that made the predictions. Yeah, I'm looking at his picture right now. Yeah, he does kind of have a big nose, doesn't he? He's a pretty good looking guy. Yeah, alright, well, apparently this is the very first pope from America. How you like that? He's a dual citizen. He holds U.S. and Peruvian citizenship. Texas cutie, what's up? We're talking about the Pope. The new Pope. He likes McDonald's. Heck yeah, I like McDonald's too. Let's see, just in his first words, Pope Leo the 14th, the American, Robert, I can't say his last name, is it Prevost? Says, peace be with you. Well, imagine that. Isn't that what all popes say? Or am I wrong? The daggum Pope. He is Leo the 14th. Jim, she, so we got her into a shelter last week. And so she went to I guess you call it, it's one of the battered women's shelters. And then from there, I can't find any information out because there's a lot of privacy laws involved with that. So, but I have been told that she is doing well. I don't know where she's at or where she ended up, but I have been told that she's doing well. So hopefully she's doing good. The good thing is we got her in where she could see a doctor immediately because she was having a lot of medical issues. We think that she might have been assaulted in some way. So we got her where there was a doctor there. We could get her some help and, be good. They did. Yes, Christine, for sure. The question of whether Pope Francis is the last pope for the end of the world is based on prophecy attributed to Samuel. The prophecy, which is not officially recognized by the Catholic Church, suggests that the final pope will be named Peter the Roman. Yeah, there's another thing that there's another guy that's been prophesizing that he's made prophecies that have come true. Like all of his prophecies have come true, and he was saying that Pope Francis was going to be the last pope. But I guess we shall see, huh? Papable. Interesting. Nope, I don't think so, TK. I think you're right. Oh, is that who it was, Bill? All right. The world is the world is a vampire. Oh my goodness, y'all. I like that band. Oh, Red Wasp. Red Wasp. Dead Red Wasp. The video of Kensington is sad. People on fan. Yeah, Kensington's a bad place. Happy Mother's Day. Yes, happy Mother's Day to my mom. It's gonna be a good weekend this weekend, I think. I hope it's gonna be a good weekend. I wish I could have her down here with me right now, but that's not possible. Not possible. Hang on, I got messages. Anyway, y'all. Well, it's good to come on here and see you guys this morning. I don't even know if we're live on X right now. We should be live on X. We got to have the war between Gog and Magog in the beginning of the end time. See, I don't know anything about all that. I'm homeless on meth. They can build, Jim, let me tell you something. You've got to see some of the stuff that I've seen in these camps. Some of the stuff that these people, when they do get off on meth, the stuff that they are able to build. It's crazy the stuff they're able to build. And it's because they're on drugs. It is because they're on drugs. Cade loves his Texas cutie. Cade looked at your message. It's his favorite Texas cutie. Square angle in the entire house. It's all round. Oh, man. Yeah, cool story. Well, guys, I just wanted to come on and chat with you guys this morning. I will be back out on the streets tomorrow. We got some stuff we're going to do in downtown. I've got 2 camps I'm going to take you guys to live tomorrow. We're going to go to the Barton Creek and the Williamson Creek Greenbelt. I've got some stuff I want to show y'all, and I want to do it live. I think that's the only way to do it, is to do it live. And, yeah, it's going to be good. But yes, Jim, have a blessed day. GA in the morning, about 10 o'clock. I go to the camps early, and that way people are mostly asleep. TK, have a good one, sir. Guys, y'all want to support the stream, support our mission. We need your help. Down in the description are ways to do that. Love you guys. Yes, Texas cutie. Cade is your #1 fan. Guys, love y'all so much.